Oh, 2 whiskey reviews in one day. This is going to be either a really good day or a really bad day. I don't know which. Okay. If you remember back a few months ago, I reviewed Members Mark Straight Kentucky Bourbon from Sam's Club. Well, unbeknownst to me, in October, they released another one. Now, I found that the Straight Kentucky Bourbon was pretty good. A lower proof 1792 from Barton. But this one, they've cranked the proof up a little bit and created a bottle and bond. It's 100 proof. And we're going to find out if this is as good or better than the one they originally came out with. So let's crack it open and get into it a little bit. So, bottle and bond, 100 proof. This one is distilled and aged at Barton Distillery, which is the same people that make 1792. But for whatever reason, even on the bottle, it's stated that it's actually bottled elsewhere. Why? Not sure. Research couldn't tell me exactly why they decided to do so, except that that's where some of the other spirits that Sam's Club offers is bottled. And that's at I.W.A. What is it again? I.W.A. Distilling Company in Frankfort, Kentucky. So, does that make a difference? I'm not sure. But since it still is distilled and aged at Barton, it's still going to have the same mash bill as Barton, but at a slightly higher proof than the offering that they did before, and even higher than the standard 1792. So with the mash bill being 75% corn, 15% rye, and 10% barley, but upping the proof, I'm wondering how good it's going to be. Could this be another really good but higher proofed daily pour? And we'll start out with the price. This is $18 or $19, something like that. So that's only like $1 or $2 more than this one, which was 90 proof, right? 90 proof. Yeah, 90 proof. Is that going to be that much better at 100? I don't know. So we're all familiar with 1792, and I still have a little bit there, but I'm not going to compare that one to this. We're going to compare this to the standard offering. And we'll see if it's any better or not. I don't know. So right off the bat, I like the dark color. It is darker. I mean, you can tell that it is a little bit darker than the original. But how does that translate? And we're going to make this one a quick one because, well, this is the second one I'm doing today, and I still need to edit 3 videos this weekend. I want to be able to make it through. So on the nose, what do we get here? On the nose, the proof kind of comes through. The ethanol really is kind of forward, but it's still not over the top. Really not getting much on the nose as far as any outstanding notes. It's tame, so that's not too bad, but it's almost like everything's muted, and I don't know why. It's fairly oily, but still, I don't know, kind of thin. It runs pretty quick. I don't know, the ethanol just kind of kills off any aromas that I would get. But even then, the ethanol's not like super powerful. It's kind of bizarre. So let's go ahead and give it a taste and see what we come up with. Hopefully there's going to be something better on the tasting notes than there is on the aroma. The proof hits you pretty good. Caramel and vanilla, of course. Some spice, and then there's a tartness to it. Can't quite figure out that. I'm not sure. And there's kind of a bitter aftertaste. Ooh, I really don't like the bitter taste on the end. Yeah, it's got some really young tannins to it, so it's not aged very long, obviously. It doesn't say anything about how long it's been aged or an age proof, an age statement at all. There are some nice caramel and vanilla notes in there. Maybe a little toasted marshmallow. Oh, the bitterness is kind of a coffee note. That's not bad when I know what it is, but it's still really bitter. It's almost like sucking on a coffee bean. But the proof hits for such a long time. It's hard to get anything other than the proof. But that's the strange part. The proof isn't harsh, but it's just enough that that's what you get is more ethanol than anything else. It's odd. Okay, there I got more of the 1792 typical Barton kind of notes where the proof wasn't killing off all the flavor. So yeah, I'm getting the caramel. Not so much a toffee or a butterscotch or anything like that, but I get a caramel, vanilla, coffee, and like a baking chocolate, like a really tart baking chocolate, which is kind of different than the original or the standard. Let's pour a little of that and compare back and forth. So from the 90 proof, almost no aromas. Very little. Nothing stands out. And you get no ethanol on the nose from the 90 proof. So the 90 proof is very, very rich. It's much sweeter. It's almost like the 100 proof is burnt, whereas this has all the same flavors, but without it being burnt. But marshmallow right now is coming forward out of this. Vanilla and marshmallow, but almost no ethanol coming out of that, where you get a lot of ethanol up front, but bitter and kind of almost burnt on the bottle and bond. It's not like a char. It's really kind of weird. I don't know how to describe it, except it almost you can burn. There is a sweetness to it, but it's got that baker's chocolate, that burnt kind of bitterness comes through on it more. Trying to decide whether or not I actually like it or not, because it's not horrible, but it's not something I'm used to. I don't know. That's one that I can't quite get a grasp of. I'm actually not going to decide whether or not I like it yet. It might be that it's a new bottle, which I did try it previously after I bought it, but just a small little bit. So maybe it needs to air a little bit more, air out a little bit more. But a little cherry, dark cherry, maybe. That was a nicer drink that time. I don't know. I'm honestly going to say I'm not sure on that one, whether I like it or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's that bitterness. I usually like a little bit of coffee or dark chocolate out of a bourbon, but a baker's chocolate, when it's that bitterness, it's a tough one to swallow on that, because it can go too far, and this one is almost too far, but the sweetness of it kind of brings it back around. I don't know. I'm going to make this one a short one and say I don't really have an opinion on it yet. I'll have to get into it a little bit more. But if you've had this, let me know in the comments what your opinions of it are. Because at $18, $19, it's not bad. But I'm just not sure. Not sure what to think. It's kind of weird. I usually have some sort of an opinion, but this one I don't. So let me know. Let's start a discussion on it. So thank you all. I know it's a short one today, but if you've tried it, let me know. And as always, full glasses to each and every one of you. And we'll see you in the next video. Can't wrap my head around this one. It's kind of odd. Usually there's something definitive in it, but It's not that it's bland, it's just has its good points and bad points, and they almost equal each other out. So, oh, that was kind of harsh, but still not bad. I don't know. This one I give up on. I don't know.